What's up, guys? This is Matt from Hanley Gaming. Now, I am sorry for the long absence from videos, and for this video in particular for coming out late. I've had some technical difficulties that I've had to work through, and I've solved most of them, so I am able to release more videos. This is the free PlayStation Plus games for February 2020. Sony followed the exact same formula that they had last month for the free games. They have both a remastered trilogy from last gen and a simulation game that is newer. So first up we have the BioShock collection. Now this game is BioShock 1, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. They first came out for last gen on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Now, I do have the first two BioShocks for Xbox 360, but I never had the chance to play Infinite. Now, these games are made by 2K back in the days where they knew how to make video games. Looking at you, 2K20 series. Now, these games also include all the DLC that the games came with. Now, the first one takes place in the year 1960, and you crash land in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and you're the sole survivor of this plane crash, and your name is Jack. You find the entrance to Rapture, you make your way down, and that's where your adventure begins. Using something called Atom, you purchase and equip things called plasmids. Now these plasmids, they give you the ability to shoot lightning out of your fingers, throw fireballs, you get telekinesis, just a bunch of different abilities that you can use to both progress through the game if there's something that requires, say, electricity to start up, or if it's blocked off with ice and you need to melt the ice to get through, or you can use it in combat, and they are quite effective in combat as well. On top of the plasmids, you also get weapons. Now, with it being in the mid-1900s, you have older type guns, you get like shotguns, just different weapons, but they're older weapons. But again, there is a lot of combat, it is a first-person shooter. You go after these little girls with glowing yellow eyes that are called Little Sisters. And they carry with them a needle with a bottle on top. So they go to dead bodies, that they call them their angels, and they drain them of their atom, the stuff that you need to purchase and use more plasmids. Now, when they suck it out of them, they then drink it from the bottle. And they are accompanied by their bodyguards, which are called Big Daddies. And these guys will kick your ass. They are genetically enhanced humans, they have a lot of atom, and they are in diver suits. Now, most of them have a rivet gun, or a machine gun, or grenade launcher. They've got, a lot of them have drills on their hands, and they are very formidable. They are like mini bosses in the game, and you have to get through them to get to the Little Sisters to get the atom. Now, once you defeat the Big Daddies and you get to the Little Sisters, you have a choice of either harvesting them for the atom, which will give you more atom, but in turn will kill them, or you can save them, you can rescue them, and when you rescue them, they turn back into a normal little girl. You do get atom, but it's less, and after every 3 Little Sisters that you save, you'll see one come and leave a teddy bear for you, and it has 200 atom, and it has special plasmids that will help you progress through the game. It's a thank you for rescuing them, and I think rescuing them is the better choice, because it will give you things like a plasmid that makes Big Daddies think that you're a little sister, and they'll protect you. They'll go around fighting all of your enemies for you and killing them, and then when they're done and they've taken some damage, then you can kill them. You can get the upper hand. BioShock 2 takes place in 1968, so it's a little bit after the first one. I find that the shooting mechanics are a bit better, and has some cool plasmids in it as well. And in this one, instead of playing a survivor of a plane crash, you're a big daddy. Now, this one's a little bit different. Yes, you go around fighting other big daddies to take their little sisters, to adopt them, and then you can either walk around with them to harvest more bodies and then save them, or you can harvest them. And again, you harvest them, they die, you save them, they turn back to a little girl. And with this one, it's very similar gameplay to the first, almost identical, other than the fact that you're a big daddy and you've got a drill arm and a rivet gun, you get a machine gun, like you get more weapons as you progress, and it is a great game. These games are very good. Again, the story is good. I just find that the combat is better in the second one over the first. Now, BioShock Infinite. Now, this is my first time playing this game, and I've got to say I like it. It takes place in 1912 in a floating city called Columbia, and you play as Zucker DeWitt. And now, with this one, the shooting feels a lot better than the previous two games. The layout is completely different. The powers are really cool, too, and different. They're no longer plasmids. In this game, they're called salts. Now, with the salts, you have different abilities. Like, there's one where you can summon, a murder of crows, and they'll attack your foes for you. Another addition to this one that I liked was the addition of a shield. Now, it's a rechargeable shield, so, like, you take damage, and it damages your shield first, and then starts damaging your health. Now, if you're not getting damaged for a while, it regenerates, sort of like in Halo. Same idea here. It's represented with the yellow bar. And I like that. There was some parts where I was under fire and I hid and my shield regenerated, which gave me a fighting chance. You do get overrun by enemies very quickly, but with the combat feeling better in this game, I felt like it was more towards the realistic side when it comes to shooting. Like, you give them a few upper body shots or a shot to the head, and they seem to go down faster than they did in the previous two BioShock games. It could be because they're normal people compared to people, pumped on Adam. I don't know if that's the case or not, but again, I did like that. Another cool feature was the hook. You can go flying from hook to hook to hook. I thought that was cool. It adds more visual effects rather than being in an underwater city. You're up in the clouds, and I really enjoyed it. It was a big change for the BioShock series, and I think it was a good change. It was a good game from what I've played, and I will continue playing it. Since I beat the first two, I will want to beat this as well. Next up is The Sims 4. Now, The Sims 4, one thing I will say, it is better on PC. I do have this game on PC, and I do enjoy it more on PC. It's just the style of game that it is. It is made by Maxis, who is owned by EA. Maxis also makes the SimCity games, and they actually started making those before The Sims, but The Sims seems to be more of a well-known name for this genre, the simulation genre. Now, one thing that I liked about this game, which I don't remember being on the PC version, I could be wrong, but I don't remember it being there, is the tutorial. The tutorial teaches you how to interact, how to buy objects, how to use objects, how to build onto your house, and like change floors and stuff. It teaches you all of that, and I wouldn't have known how to play if it weren't for the tutorial, because it is so different. On PC, you just click and it brings everything up. This one is a little bit different because you don't have a left click button, you got face buttons on the controller. It's just so different than PC, and I would guess press X, But again, there's other controls as well, and I was very grateful that there was this tutorial. Now, in The Sims, first thing you do is create a sim. You can create multiple sims if you would like when playing. Now, when you make your sim, you choose what they look like, you choose their personalities, what their aspirations are. For instance, in the tutorial, I made my character athletic, and all he wanted to do was work out. He wanted to work out all the time, and then he'd keep getting like pulled muscles and stuff and be sore, and then he'd be angry for a couple hours, then it would go away, then he'd want to work out again. It was really strange. I did not like that aspect of it. I think it was a bit much, but I guess there are people that are like that in real life. I don't know, not me. But anyways, they could be lazy and don't want to do anything but watch TV, and like just there's different personalities. I find they go a bit to the extreme, but you know, it is what it is. Now, one problem I did have with The Sims, when I was building a home just to see what it's like to build, I didn't have any Sims that were in this house. It was just, you know, let's see what I can do with building. And when I was building one of the rooms, it was enclosed and everything, and then I was doing the floorings, and every room I could do, I would select the floor, and I can set it so that the whole room gets that same floor in one shot. But when I went to do this one room, it said, ensure that you're putting flooring in a room. For some reason, it was thinking that it was open and not a complete room, and I checked. The wall was all the way around. I had to actually delete all the walls and redo it. Now, that is annoying. It only happened once, but if you're in the middle of doing something, it does get very annoying, and it's not something that you would want. I believe it is a glitch because it's not normal. I deleted all the walls and then redid it exactly the same, and it worked that time. Again, there was no openings. It was a complete wall, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it happened. Oh well. I fixed it and moved on. That's my only gripe about it, other than it's better on PC. But yeah, it's a fun game. Great time waster. Now also, if you want to progress faster, because they do age, they do become old, and they do die, you know, and if you want to just get things faster, you know, you can always open up the taskbar, and, you know, you can use, like, Motherload to get $50,000 per time you enter it, or you can enter Rosebud for 1,000, you know, but we're not going to talk about the cheats. We're just going to talk about the gameplay. But yeah, there is that option if you just want to fast track to get more money, and people do it. It's the same on PC. You can also, there's a whole bunch of cheats that you can use. But again, some people don't want to use those, so we won't discuss Motherload in this video. There you have it, guys. Again, I am so sorry for this video coming out late. I was having some technical difficulties. I was having a hard time getting videos out. But again, I think I fixed most of them. There are still some that I worked on that I'm unable to upload, which is a little bit upsetting because I took the time and effort to come up with the ideas and record the video. And I go to edit and I'm unable to. I'm unable to get the footage onto my computer. I don't know if it's an issue with my computer or an issue with the device I recorded with, but again, I apologize for the late upload. I'm going to try to get videos out more frequently again, and I will see you in the next video later.